Okay. I'll make sure. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay. I think we're good. Everybody can hear me? Sweet. Hey, how's it going? This is Erica Laurelyn Johnson, an online business specialist, and today is Thursday. So it is another weekly tarot reading for the collective as it relates to business and finance. I haven't done one of these in quite a while, so my apologies for that. However, I do have a good reason as to why I have not been doing them, and it is because I've had to do some soul searching, you could say, and how I was actually going to present these and actually perform these readings. As you may be aware, if you've watched some of my other tarot reads, one thing that I say all the time is I don't read tarot in the same way that other YouTubers read tarot. And so, as I had been doing the previous videos, I found it to be, you could say, kind of stressful because I just didn't feel, while I was presenting the information, I didn't feel like I was really presenting the information in a correct way, I guess you could say. And so I felt like I wasn't actually like living up to what it was that I was hoping to accomplish through these reads. And so the only thing that you will ever hear me talk about as it relates to tarot is how to use tarot in a way that is going to let you move forward in your business. Okay. And I'll never, ever talk about love. I will never do tarot reads, on a particular sign. I don't read tarot in that way. I don't use it for those things. I use tarot strictly for guidance on how to actually move forward. So I read tarot in a very practical way. I don't care what my ex is doing. They're my ex for a reason. Okay, I don't care what they're doing, and neither should you. Okay, so you'll never see on this channel anything relating to anything of that nature. So another thing that I was kind of struggling with was just the layout of the read itself. And so before it was like, the middle or the beginning of the week. I always start with the middle of the week. I don't know why. But the beginning of the week and the middle of the week and then the end of the week. And I was just like, these reads are timeless, and so it doesn't matter like when you actually, come here, even though it is specifically, for the coming week, it could actually apply to you whenever you watch it. I mean, you could end up watching this and it's been like, several months or even several years even, and so it's like, it will apply to you in that moment. So I try not to do reads that are specifically in regards to a specific time frame, because energy and time is fluid. It's not exactly linear like, humans tend to think it is. So that was another kind of hurdle, I guess you could say, that I was trying to figure out, like, okay, so how am I actually going to get over this? And then I kind of touched on it, but the way I read is very practical, and I use tarot strictly to gain insight on how to actually move forward. Okay, and I use it specifically in a personal way for myself, but when I do these collective reads, I use it strictly in, okay, so how can the collective, someone, in the group, I don't know. Okay. And so, how can someone in the collective who hears this can actually apply this information in a way that's going to be beneficial to them and move them forward, particularly in their business, right? So I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh, yes, one more thing. In the typical tarot read, it's the message may or may not apply to you because, more often than not, it's based on a particular, sun sign, moon sign, Venus sign, da 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 da. Okay, so it may or may not actually apply to you. And then even then, um, you know, even if it is based off a particular sign, and if, even if you are that particular sign, it still may not apply to you because there are other things in your chart that are, that have greater impact over how you actually experience your life. Okay. So you may be a certain sun sign or moon sign, and you go and look up readings based on your sign, and you're like, none of this is actually resonating. Like, it never resonates. Well, that's generally because there are other factors that's going on in your chart astrologically that have a bigger impact on how you experience life. Okay, that has absolutely nothing to do with your sun sign or your moon sign or Venus or whatever. Okay, and so it's not a reliable way to read tarot, at least not from a general perspective. And so that's the reason why I don't focus on a particular sign, and I don't read for particular signs, because there is just too much, there's too much information that's not known from my perspective, and I could not actually read for any particular sign in a way that I would feel is beneficial to people of that particular sign. Okay. And so we're not, one of the common misconceptions is that we are just, our sun sign or our moon sign, whatever, but we are actually a combination of all of the signs. Okay. And how they are positioned in our charts, astrologically, that is what makes us who we are, and so we're not just one particular sign. We are all the signs. Okay. We have all of the signs in our chart, and all of that works together, to make us who we are. Okay. And unless I actually know you personally, and I know your chart, I have it sitting in front of me, then I could do a read based off of that specific information. However, to actually sit here and do a tarot read for the collective based on a sign, it's not going to be accurate, and and I feel like it's actually doing a disservice for mankind overall, at least in the way that I read tarot. Okay. I read tarot in a very practical way, in a way that's actually going to move me forward. And so that's the type of read that I offer to my audience. So this is for, the week of the 23rd through the 30th. Again, this, it's not tied to that particular time frame, but that's just the time frame that I'm doing this read for. Okay. You may come to this, several weeks down the line, several months down the line. Okay. And it's going to apply to you then. Oh, while I want to bring that up, because another thing is, in a typical tarot read, it may or may not be relevant to you. Okay. And that's what kind of sets this type of tarot read apart from anything else that you've ever experienced in terms of tarot. These reads will always, 100% of the time, will always apply to you somehow, some way. Okay. It's your job to figure out how you want to apply them in your life and in your business. Okay. Because what I am presenting to you is advice based on the energies that are, the collective energy. Okay. And so it's advice based on that, which you can always apply, advice that someone gives you. You have the ability to choose whether or not you want to apply this or not apply it. So no matter when you see this, it's always going to apply somehow, some way. It's your job to determine how you want to actually apply that and implement that into your own life and into your own business. Okay. Whatever, yes, I do have a results, cards. Okay. That I call results cards. That will manifest itself in, don't take, at least that section, like, don't necessarily take that literally. because it very well can manifest itself in a variety of ways in your life and in your business. So you can't, say, specific word for word, oh, this is what she said and this is how it's going to be, da 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 da. Okay, no, it's going to manifest based on, if you actually apply and implement the advice given, it's going to manifest itself in a variety of ways that's going to benefit you and move you forward. I have no idea how that's actually going to look for you, okay, but you will be able to, see it. Okay, you'll know, and you'll be like, oh, okay, so that's how that actually played out. All right. I think that's everything. So I've already went ahead and I've shuffled this, and I've laid out everything. So basically, to kind of give you an idea of what's going on over here, you can't see my actual table set up right here, but the first set of cards is I'm using 2 decks. So I got an Oracle deck, Keepers of Light Oracle, and then I use the Vice Versa Tarot deck. This is a new deck, so I'm actually pretty excited. The deck that I had been using before was the Modern Spellcasters deck. That's also another one of my favorite decks too. So I actually really like the Vice Versa. It's a lot more dynamic, and I like it pretty good. So the first 2 cards is just the week's energy, as it relates to the collective, and then the second set of cards is specific advice, and then the third set of cards is what you can expect in terms of results if you apply and implement the advice given here today. Okay, and then the other sets of cards that I have, I take the one right off the top, I take the 2 that are in the middle, and so like when I cut the deck in half, I have the one on the right and then the one on the left. I take both those 2 cards, and then I take the bottom card. And those are pretty much like clarification cards and just any kind of like further advice or like actual tangible things that you can do to actually be able to implement what it is that is here for, that's being presented here today. Okay. So hopefully this makes sense. If this is the first time you have watched my particular style of reading tarot, you are in for a treat, and I am glad to have you here. So let's begin, okay? All right. So the week's energy for this week, we have on the Oracle, we have the Mother Mary. I'm not sure how well you can see this. I'm outside today. Okay, the card itself says love and peace. It says let go of the need to be right, choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. While we experience the world and all the craziness that's going on right now, we can be successful even during the craziness of what's going on if we choose peace and let go of the need to be right. Okay. There's a lot of things, and you may feel that you have been wronged in some way. You may feel that, because of things the way that are going on, that, you're being attacked in some way or whatever. Like, whether or not that's true is completely and totally irrelevant. All right. Yes, you can be successful. You can go out and you can, do whatever and choose to be right, and, and make the world know that you're right, and, and all of these wrongs and injustices and everything else that's going on. Yes, you can be successful doing that. Okay. But the end result is going to be likely that you're not, it's not, what is it going to do for you? Okay. You have peace at the end of that. And I can tell you right now that if you are striving to be right and you are just gung-ho on, just proving your point and just this and that and the other, you will not have peace. And it will cost you your health. It will cost you your peace of mind. It will and for some people, it will very well cost them either their life in a figurative sense, And for some, it will cost them their life in a literal sense, okay? A part of you may die, either figuratively or literally, okay? And so we will experience genuine success if we choose peace, okay, and let go of the need to be right. And this is the success that comes through determined effort. Like, this is something that's not easy, okay? It's very easy to feel offended, and it's very easy to feel like, oh, they're against me or they're attacking me or whatever. Like, it's very difficult to say, you know what, yeah, I see what's going on, but I'm going to focus on me and I'm going to focus on what I'm doing, and I'm going to choose peace. I'm going to choose peace. I choose peace. I choose peace. Okay. And so it can be very difficult to do that. However, you will be successful. Okay. If you take that route. And it will lead to a success that you can be proud of. Like, that's the big thing. It will lead to a success that you can be proud of. You know, something that you can look back on and actually take pride in. You know, whereas if you choose to be right and you choose to let the whole world know that you're right and this, that, and the other, you're not going to experience that. Yeah, you'll win. Okay. Yeah, you know, you'll have some level of success or whatever, but it's not going to be the success that you want. Okay. And then, so the advice for this particular week, we have on the Oracle, we have Odin, which is psychic insight. Yeah. The card itself says your third eye is open, see truth for what it is, follow your intuition. And then we have the Justice card. Okay. And so see truth for what it is. You know, it's, again, like I mentioned, like, it's really easy to just, you know, feel offended and this and that and the other. Okay. But as we're experiencing whatever it is, you know, that we're experiencing on an individual basis, like, actually look at that situation and see the truth for what it is. And ask yourself, how is this situation or event helping me to be a better person? How is this situation or event helping me to do better in my business? Okay. How is it helping me to be a better leader? How is it helping me to be a better salesperson? How is it helping me to better serve my audience? Right? You know, how is this helping me to better serve my clients or my team or, you know, my employees or, you know, whatever. Okay. How is this, you know, event or situation allowing me to be a better role model? Okay. And one thing that I would like to point out with the Justice card is, if you look, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but if you look over here, the scales, they're balanced. These scales are balanced. And so a lot of the time, you know, as we're going through business, oh, it got really dark all of a sudden. I'm not sure why. As we're going through our business, we go through this moment where it's like, can you, like, okay, there. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, hopefully you can see this and it comes out all right. I haven't live streamed in a while. Usually I just record these. But anyway, so it's like, usually when, you know, as we're going through things, like, we go through this back and forth where it's like, I can do this. No, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. You know, I'm right. You're wrong. I'm right. You're wrong. You know, back and forth like this. Okay. However, you know, there cannot be peace. As long as they're going like this, these scales are going back and forth like this, there's never going to be peace. You'll never experience genuine peace. But when you can balance those scales, okay, and you can choose peace and actually live from that right there, then you are going to, you know, you're going to be able to follow. You're able to actually hear your intuition, and you're going to be able to follow your intuition. Okay. And you're going to be able to see things for what they truly are. All right. Then we have the results card. As you implement and apply this advice, we have the Master Jesus. I'm not sure how well you can see this. There we go. I think maybe something about me putting the cards in the way is like, okay. The card itself is forgiveness. It says you are on the path of love, love, light, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. And then we have the Page of Cups. Okay. So the one thing that really stands out to me on this particular card is just all the blue. As we begin to choose peace, and as we really choose to focus on, how to be a better leader, how to be, a better example, how to live by example. Okay. And we go within and actually strive to, as we strive to, I'm trying to think how I want to phrase this. Basically just like focus on our audience. Okay. I don't know. I hope you guys can actually see me, because I don't know what's going on with it. There's enough light here, but anyway, it's been a crazy morning. I tried recording this earlier and it didn't happen, so now I'm having issues with. So hopefully this comes out in the recording. Anyway, as you do this and you follow your intuition and you begin to see things for what they really are, and you allow them to, move you in a certain way to take action, you're really going to be able to open up your third chakra, or excuse me, your fourth chakra, which is your throat chakra. And your throat chakra is all about being in your truth. It's speaking your truth, and it's living in your genuine, authentic space. A lot of people say that they're authentic and things like this, and they may or may not be. But when a person is authentic because they have conviction. It's not something that they're just doing for the motion of doing something. They have a very strong conviction, and this is because they have whether they're consciously doing this or just subconsciously doing this. Their fourth chakra, their throat chakra, is completely balanced and is completely working in the correct way, you could say. Okay. And they are able to withstand all kinds of just anything, right? And so it doesn't matter what's going on. Okay. You're able to move forward despite everything that's actually going on. Okay. The Page of Cups, this is someone who is a learner. The Page of Cups is very much a student. They are always seeking to learn, and they're not just seeking to learn, like they're seeking to learn to actually master what it is that they're learning. Okay. And so as a results card, like if you keep focused on, how is this going to make me a better leader, and actually focus on, presenting information in a way that is going to benefit your audience and actually help move them forward, you are not only going to be seen as an expert in your industry, but you're going to be seen as a leader in your industry. And that's really what we need in this time in history. Is we need genuine leaders that will actually live by example, instead of just telling people what to do. Okay. And you will be seen as that type of person who is very well not only educated but has the capability to move forward. Okay. And to actually help people. The cards right off the top of the deck, we have the Divine Director, which is of intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And then we have the 8 of Wands. Okay. And so a lot of you have been intentionally working on manifesting something very specific either into your business or into your life. These cards suggest that, things are coming in at a very quick pace. And you could say divine intervention is occurring. So a lot of people would look at that as synchronicities. Some people would call them coincidences. So, things are lining up that is going to allow you to just effortlessly move from one step to the next. And everything is just, it's just working out the way in a way that is very synchronistic. Okay. In the middle of the deck on the right, we had the Seven of Cups. Don't know how well you can see this. So some of you may have been up in the air about how to actually move forward. You may have had a lot of options on the table. You may have been struggling to figure out, like, get really focused and figure out like where it is you actually want to go, or what it is you want to do. And so you're now, I'd say probably by the end of the week, and your week could be totally different. Like, your week could actually end up being a month. Let's just be real here. But you are going to have a moment where everything is going to seem very, very clear, and you're, like the Odin card says, you're going to be able to see things for what they are. And you're going to be able to make a decision that's going to allow you to really truly move forward in a way that not only is in alignment with your authentic self, but is going to be the best. It's going to be the path that you are meant to take. Okay. Now, the card above that is the Kali Ma, which is facing fear. It says major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So whatever this is, it could definitely be something that you're afraid to do for whatever reason. Definitely, that's more often than not, that's how you're going to know when something is, the genuine right path to take. Okay, is because the ego is going to be like, oh, no, we can't go down that path, because there's just too much unknown. There's too much this, there's too much that. And so the ego becomes afraid. And, what if people don't like me? What if I'm rejected? What if? Okay. So as soon as you start hearing all that stuff, understand that that's your ego, exerting itself. And, you have to face that and say, you know what, this is the route that I'm going to take. And then just, on the other side, we have Mercury, which is open communication. Card itself says, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. Now, this is also with yourself. Be honest with yourself. How are you feeling? And, how does it feel for, the thought of moving in a certain direction? Is it scary or whatever? Then say so. Be like, acknowledge how you feel, and be real with yourself. And then be like, what basis do I actually have for feeling this way? And from a realistic point of view, how is it likely to actually end up if I do take this route? And if we think that way, and we actually, sit down and take the time to actually write these things out, we'll see that, a lot of the times our fears are completely irrational and unfounded. Okay. Underneath the Mercury card, we have the Six of Pentacles. And I really like this card because right here, it's like he's really focused on his empire. So this is about, creating a legacy, and moving forward in a way that's going to allow you to really truly build your empire. Okay. And have a legacy that you can actually leave behind, and something that you can actually be proud of. Also too, that was actually the bottom of the card, or bottom of the deck, excuse me. So on the middle of the deck, on the other side, it was the Eight of Pentacles. And that's right below the Mercury card. And so here, here it is. I really like this particular card because usually this is what it is. But this is the back of the card. And as you can see, there's this child here, and he's actually paying attention to this man. Okay, even though the pentacle is positioned in such a way that this child can actually focus on what the man is actually doing, he's not actually focused on what the man is doing. He's focused on the man itself. Okay. And so he's there, and he is, just observing. Okay. And he's learning. Okay. And for a lot of you, this could be a child, your child, it could even be your nieces and nephews. Okay. Or it could just be some, child that you may or may not know personally, that looks up to you. Okay. And they're looking at you working hard on providing these pinnacles. Okay. And they're watching you, and they may or may not be aware of why you're doing what you're doing. Okay. But they see you and they know that you are like just really, focused on doing what you're doing. Now, this could be at the cost of actually, having a relationship with this individual. Okay. A lot of the times, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we negate our family members so that we can, in a future day, have that time with our family members. Okay. And, and we'll skip birthdays, and we'll skip, which I don't celebrate birthdays, no way, but a lot of people do. And, so they'll skip birthdays, they'll skip holidays, and I don't do nothing with that neither, but you know what I mean? Like, that's, a lot of people, they'll skip those things. They'll skip those moments where, to actually take time and actually be with their loved ones. Okay. In the name of, I will have this, time in the future. And that's a fallacy, because you don't know if you're going to have that time in the future, for one. Okay. But two, it could be causing a lot of stress with these individuals. And it doesn't have to be kids. Like, it can be just family. Okay. Like, it can be friends. Okay. People that are looking up to you, and they see you doing all of this, and they probably don't know why you're doing what you're doing. Okay. And so here it is, we have the Mercury card, be open, have open communication, and be like, I know I've been working a lot and this and that and the other, but this is why. Okay. This is how I feel. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And even if it is a child, okay, you would be quite surprised to, to understand just how, and to see just how much a child, despite how young it may be, how much a child is actually capable and able to understand what you're actually going through. Because while they may not understand the specifics of what it is that you're dealing with, they can feel what it is that you're going through emotionally. Okay. And so, to be open with them and help them understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling and why you're behaving in the way that you're behaving is going to really help to open up those, that communication. And then it's going to really help that bond with that individual to grow. Right. And so to the bottom of the deck, I already done the one for this one, but the other one was Serapis Bay with Ascension. I don't know how well you can see this. Okay. It says, move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. We rise above the darkness by choosing peace. When we choose peace and we become peace, then that allows us to raise our vibration in a way that allows us to make decisions that are going to actually move us forward. And we're not going to feel that stress that other people in the world are feeling. Okay. And we will be able, when we're presented with opportunities, when we're presented with, options, we're going to know the best way to move forward, because we are in a place of calm. We are in a place of peace, and this allows us to make genuine decisions, that are going to be good, not only for us, but for everybody involved. When we're stressed out all the time, okay, and we have all these kind of options on our plate, we may or may not make the best decision. And oftentimes when we're making decisions based on a place of fear or based on a place of stress, we're not making the best decision. Okay, let's just be real here. And so, we really want to get to a place where we're making decisions from a place of love and from a place of peace, because that will allow us to actually make decisions, and we will find a why. It will allow us to find our why. And it very well could be a child. If you have children, it very well could be your child. If you have, family members or whatever, people that look up to you, all of a sudden you're going to find yourself doing what you do with the focus of it's not about you anymore. It's about them. Okay. This could be your audience. Okay. It could be, the fact that it's somehow it's going to click that, you have a message that you want to deliver to your audience. And it's not about whether or not other people are going to like you. It's not about whether or not people are going to, be offended or whatever. Anytime that you deliver a authentic message, a genuine message, you risk somebody being offended. That's not, that has nothing to do with you. Okay. When you're sitting there speaking your truth and living your truth, okay, you are one, allowing other people who see you the courage to live their truth and to speak their truth. Okay. But for those who are afraid to do that, you are demonstrating to them that courage, and they're afraid. Okay. And what's going to happen is they don't have the courage to do what you're doing. And so instead of acknowledging that within themselves, okay, they're going to censor themselves. And that's the manifestation of being, and that manifests as being offended. Okay. And, they're either, they might talk, trash, or they might, whatever. Don't even, like, if they do get to a point where they're like, getting like, messages or whatever, like, don't even worry about it. It has nothing to do with you. Okay. All that is them showing you who they are and where they're at in the stream of things, and their evolutionary development, if you will. Okay. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. You're showing them, okay, and you're living by example on how to actually live in your true self. And instead of admiring you, okay, they have censored themselves for so long that they don't know how, and they're so afraid that they won't actually take the action to do that. Okay. And so then they're going to feel offended. That's literally the definition of being offended. Okay. So don't let it bother you. Just know that, you're living in your authentic space, and you're speaking your authentic truth. Okay. And focus on the people that you're actually there to serve, because there is someone here on this planet that needs your message. Okay. They need what it is that you offer. Okay. And if you allow them, those people that get offended, and those people that are not going to like your message, and those people that are going to, whatever. Okay. If you allow them to stop you from actually moving forward in your business, that individual is not going to be able to get past whatever it is that they need to get past. Okay. They are waiting for you to step up and be a leader and show them by example how to actually move forward. Okay. So, this is definitely a time where, we all are having to face our fears, and we all are, coming to a place where we can actually know, what's the best way to move forward. And there's going to be a lot of fear involved there. But if we all, revert back to choosing love and peace, then, we can definitely create a world that we all want to live in, and where we can actually interact with each other in a way that promotes peace, and we can actually live in a world that's peaceful. And that is how that's going to be brought about. But as long as we're going based on I need to be right, they're wrong, this, that, and the other, okay, then we're never going to experience the peace that we want. Okay. And this is not only just in our business, but in our personal lives as well. Okay. So I think, especially, now is definitely the time where we all should want to choose peace. I mean, are we done suffering yet? Are you done struggling yet? I know I was a long time ago. Okay. So, and that's the other thing, like, you're going to continue to struggle in your business as long as you keep focusing on being right. Okay. And letting your ego stroke your ego, you're always going to struggle. You're always going to have something, something's going to be going on. It's going to cause suffering in your life. Okay. So if you want to move into a place where you can actually manifest the abundance that you're wanting, okay, and you can actually manifest the lifestyle that you're wanting, okay, The only way you're going to actually do that, the first step is going to be to choose peace. Choose peace. Come from a place of love and peace. And the more you do that, the more that becomes you. You are going to find out that it's going to be the success that you enjoy is going to be a genuine, okay, and it's something that you're going to be proud about. So that is all that I have for today. So hopefully, this has been helpful and insightful for you, and you can apply this and implement this into your business. And definitely comment down below, where it is that that you may be struggling, how it is that you intend to implement this in your business. And then as the days and weeks go by, definitely let us know, how this is actually shaping up in your life. I'm definitely interested in seeing people move forward, and just hearing about how, if my message has actually helped you move forward. Like, I definitely enjoy reading those things and hearing about those things. So this is Erica Laura Lynn Johnson at Online Business Specialist. We will see you next Thursday for another weekly tarot read. Bye.